Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a screenwriter's rant on Speak No Evil, starring James McAvoy as another psychotic killer. This time, he's got a wife and kid and does unspeakable things. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books, links in the description. Comedy Horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 14, available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these movies because you kind of see it coming a mile away, and, you know, it's pretty much by the numbers. Now, on the other hand, there is some interesting, disturbing moments in this. Basically, James McAvoy is very charismatic. He's in one couple. They befriend another couple, and they become friends. They invite them to their house. The husband doesn't see it. Of course, the wife has always got a bad feeling about him. But they go anyway, and it turns out to be a nightmare because I think he cut the vocal cords of his own kid. I think. Because he's constantly doing this and then this. So, it's kind of nuts. So, he's insane, but extremely capable. Which, again, those two things usually don't line up in reality. Extreme rare circumstances, maybe. But, it's almost just an excuse for the actor to chew the scenery and do all these super intense things that he couldn't normally do. And, for a movie like this, I guess, if you like horror and slasher movies. But to me, there's not a lot of surprise in this. Because he doesn't become evil and crazy. He is evil and crazy. They just don't see it when they meet him initially. And then somehow he has a wife and kid who are either so afraid of him they can't speak out, or, they are just as crazy as him. It's kind of hard to tell. There's this scene here where the little kids are dancing together, and McAvoy gets way too angry that his son can't keep the beat. Is that supposed to be a subtle reminder that he's crazy? Because I already know that. I already knew that from the music and the tone. Here's one thing that has happened in Hollywood, and that's a nice bit of framing there. One thing that happened in Hollywood is back in the 70s, if they did a movie like this, you kind of wouldn't know going into it what you were getting into. It was more of a surprise. They wouldn't give away the farm in the trailer. They would, somehow cut it in such a way that it was not immediately evident what the heck was going on. And I think audiences had a little more trust in the movie industry to go see something that could go in a lot of directions. Now, I think mostly due to marketing, there's an idea that you have to get to the point right up front. Now, you might have heard me complain about that, but it depends on the movie. If a movie is reliant on surprise, and comedy and horror often are definitely reliant on surprise, you kind of can't give away the story. If James McAvoy is going to go crazy, and we don't want to know that until, the family has gone in, then you need a different red herring here. Like, two friends, and something is happening, but you don't know it's McAvoy in the cut of the trailer. You think it might be, and then maybe it's the other husband, like maybe he's just a little too overly into the bromance. Maybe it's the wife trying to, or at least you can apply these things a lot of times in the trailer or in the screenplay, or at least give a scene like that a moment in the screenplay and in the movie so you can put it in the trailer so you can throw everybody off the scent. Otherwise, I kind of know what's happening going into this. McAvoy is a nut job, and he's going to slowly torture everybody until finally they're trying to flee his house, stabbing him with butcher's knives just to get away from him. I mean, that's pretty much the movie. First act, they meet this couple. They seem great. The wife thinks he's a little off, but the husband is like, he's my bro. He seems like a great guy. He's so gregarious and fun, and they have a great time. They invite the couple to their house in the middle of nowhere. Second act, they go to the house. They take him up on the offer. He's very insistent. Again, very gregarious. They go out there. It gets weirder and weirder until finally, at some point, they cross the Rubicon, and it's clear this guy is nuts, and they just want to leave them and never see them again. But McAvoy can't let them leave. He wants to continue to torture them and possibly kill them, and it keeps escalating until in the third act, they're battling it out, just trying to escape, and then McAvoy dies at the end, probably, or is so severely injured they get away. Possibly the husband dies. I don't know. I mean, and it's called Speak No Evil, possibly because McAvoy cut the vocal cords of his own son, which is effed up. I mean, it's just effed up. It's not scary. It's just like, oh man, what the F am I watching? So, I mean, McAvoy has kind of established himself in this role, which is both good and bad. On the one hand, Hollywood will come and knocking, but on the other hand, it's going to come and knocking with this again and again and again. It's not a bad role, and he's good in it. It's just like, there's no surprise here. And if he does too many of these movies, eventually, the moment you see James McAvoy's in a movie, he's the killer. He's a total lunatic. Yeah, he probably kills everybody in this movie. So I have mixed feelings about it. Not that it's even a badly made movie. It looks kind of disturbing. But since I know what's going to happen already, I kind of feel like I sit through these movies going, okay, just leave. You should have left. You didn't leave. Of course he's the killer. Of course he's crazy. I knew that going in. So maybe if they had cut this a different way and tried to present a better red herring, but at the same time, and this comes back to the marketing, if you did sort of spread out the blame across the movie for the horrible things that are going to happen, you would create something that maybe people weren't interested in seeing, right? If it doesn't give you that, this is a horror movie, then the events, like the red herring, could be something supernatural, right? There could be a line in the movie like, there's always been something strange about the farmhouse. Like, that might imply some sort of supernatural being, and then when you cut to the kid in this is like, he's trying to scream, but he can't. He's going, like that, silently. It's kind of disturbing. So if you set up that line and then showed the kid and played some intense music, you might imply there's something very wrong. Like maybe the kid is possessed, right? And if you could imply that in the trailer at least, you could make it more of a surprise when you went to go see it. So I don't know what to do, really. I mean, on the one hand, the marketing says you gotta, the fans of James McAvoy and horror kind of want that. Kind of want to see him go crazy and kill people and blah, blah, blah. On the other hand, it ruins the surprise for anybody else. Maybe people who are more sort of general fans of the genre and movies, as opposed to just McAvoy fans or just horror fans. Another way to go with this would be to see the process of McAvoy going crazy. Like, he's not crazy in the beginning, but he becomes crazy. Because he is a good actor, and I think he could pull that off. Like, for whatever reason, he becomes crazy. Maybe it's just sort of like a chemical imbalance, and, you know, maybe it's a drug. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I don't know why I'm so hung up on this, but it just would I see it if I'm being 100% honest? No, I don't want to see McAvoy kill a bunch of people. I kind of don't. It's almost too much for me. And without the surprise, like if there was a surprise, I didn't know who the killer was or who was going crazy, maybe I'd go see this, because then I'd want to know the revelation of the mystery. I would strongly suspect McAvoy, but I'd still go see it, maybe to confirm that he is the guy or to see him unravel the mystery. Since I already know, the only thing left for me to see in this is his acting. And without that surprise, it kind of undermines the performance a little bit, I guess. So, again, it's not bad. I mean, I'm not knocking it as a bad movie, let's say. Let's see if there's a write-up here. No. Oh, wait. Yes, there is. When an American family is invited to spend the weekend at an idyllic country estate of a charming British family they befriended on vacation, what begins as a dream holiday soon warps into a snarled psychological nightmare. From Blumhouse, the producers of The Black Phone, Get Out, and The Invisible Man, comes an intense suspense thriller for our modern age. Now that's leaning me towards seeing it now, because those are some good movies. Starring BAFTA Award winner James McAvoy, Split, Glass. The riveting performance as the charismatic alpha male estate owner whose untrammeled hospitality masks an unspeakable darkness. Speak No Evil stars Mackenzie Davis. Terminator Dark Fate. Yeah, well, you could take that off her resume, I think. Halt and Catch Fire. And SAG Award winner Scoot McNairy, Argo, A Quiet Place Part 2, as American couple Louise and Ben Dalton, who, along with their 11-year-old daughter Agnes, Alex West left her, The Good News in Riverdale, accept the weekend holiday invitation of Paddy McAvoy and his wife Clara, Aisling Francozzi, Game of Thrones and The Fall. Game of Thrones? Who is she in that? And their furtive mute son Ant, newcomer Daniel Hugh. I gotta look at her again. Is that, what's her face? Oh, God. It's like Jon Snow's girlfriend, maybe? No, I don't think that's her. Written for the screen and directed by James Watkins, the writer-director of Eden Lake and the award-winning gothic ghost story The Woman in Black, Speak No Evil, is based on the screenplay of the 2022 Danish horror sensation Gastern, written by Christian Tadruff and Mads Tadruff. Film earned 11 Danish Film Award nominations, the Danish equivalent of the Oscars. Interesting. All right. You're talking me into it. You're talking me into it. I gotta look at that McAvoy's wife in this again. Is that what's her face from Game of Thrones? I'm trying to think. Who was she in Game of Thrones? I don't remember. But okay, that you kind of talked me into it a little bit with all those awards and such. All right, might be a little more to this. I may have spoken too soon. It's only a trailer analysis. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. If you can find a more base take, I say, take it. I will be at the Burlington County Book Fest from 10 to 3 on Saturday, and then at 5 p.m. I'm going to the Cumberland Historical Society in Greenwich, New Jersey for my talk on how to hunt the Jersey Devil. Then on Sunday, I'll be at the Hamilton Book Trader from 11 to 3. Hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.